If you are watching this video right now, there is a very good chance you are either about to apply for your UK driving license or you already tried and something went wrong. Maybe your application got rejected. Maybe it is taking forever. Maybe you are just worried about wasting your hard-earned money on a mistake you did not even know you were making. Whatever the reason, you are in the right place, because today I am going to walk you through 5 of the most common mistakes people make when applying for a UK driving license, mistakes that cost them time, money, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress. Stay with me until the end because the last one especially catches people completely off guard. Let us start with the very first mistake, and honestly, it is one of the most avoidable ones out there. People apply for the wrong type of license entirely. Now, this might sound like something that would never happen to you, but you would be surprised how many people get confused between a provisional license and a full license, or they apply as a Great Britain resident when they should be applying under different rules, or they apply in the wrong category for the type of vehicle they want to drive. The DVLA has very specific categories. Category B is your standard car. Category A is motorcycles. There are different subcategories, different age requirements, and different medical standards attached to each one. If you mix these up, your application does not just get delayed, it gets rejected, and you may not get your fee back. Before you even think about filling in a form or going online, sit down and be absolutely clear about what you are applying for and whether you meet the eligibility criteria for that specific category. Check the DVLA website, read through the requirements carefully, and if you are unsure, call them directly. Do not guess. Guessing with government applications almost always ends badly. The second mistake is something that happens more than you would ever expect, and it involves your identity documents and photographs. People either send the wrong documents, expired documents, documents that do not match the name they used on the application, or they submit a photograph that does not meet the strict DVLA guidelines. Let me be very clear about the photo requirements because this trips people up constantly. Your photo must be taken against a plain light grey or cream background. No filters, no sunglasses, no hats unless you are wearing one for religious reasons, and even then it must show your full face. Your face must take up between 70 and 80% of the frame. The photo must be recent, taken within the last month, and it must be printed to a specific size, 45mm by 35mm. If you are applying online, the digital version must also meet these standards. One tiny thing out of place, and your entire application can be thrown back at you. Now combine a bad photo with mismatched documents, for example, your passport shows one name and your application shows a slightly different version of your name, and you have got a guaranteed rejection on your hands. Always double and triple check that everything matches. Your name, your address, your date of birth. Every single detail must be consistent across every document you submit. Now let us talk about the third mistake, and this one involves medical conditions and health declarations. When you apply for a driving license in the UK, you are legally required to declare certain medical conditions to the DVLA. Things like epilepsy, diabetes treated with insulin, certain heart conditions, vision problems, sleep apnea, and many others must be disclosed. The mistake people make falls into 2 camps. The first camp is the people who genuinely do not know they need to declare their condition. They think it is not serious enough, or they assume their GP has already informed the DVLA, or they simply were never told this was their responsibility. The second camp is the people who know they should declare but decide not to, hoping it will not matter. Both of these situations can have serious consequences. If you drive with a medical condition that should have been declared and you have not told the DVLA, you could face a fine of up to £1,000. Your license can be revoked, your insurance could be invalidated, and in the worst case scenario, if you are involved in an accident, you could face criminal charges. This is not something to take lightly. The DVLA has a full list of conditions that must be reported, and it is available on their official website. Go through that list carefully. If you have any doubt at all about whether your condition needs to be disclosed, speak to your doctor before you submit your application. It is always better to declare and go through the proper process than to hide something and face the consequences later. The fourth mistake is one that affects people who have moved to the UK from another country, and it is about exchanging a foreign driving license. A lot of people assume that because they have a valid driving license from their home country, they can simply carry on driving in the UK indefinitely. That is not how it works. If you have a license from a country outside the European Union and you have been living in the UK for more than 12 months, you are required to convert your license or take a new UK driving test. The rules depend on where your license was issued. Some countries have reciprocal agreements with the UK, meaning the exchange process is relatively straightforward. Countries like Australia, Canada, Japan, South Africa, and several others fall into this category. But for many other countries, you will need to start from scratch. Apply for a provisional license, pass your theory test, and then take your practical driving test. The mistake people make is waiting too long. They keep driving on their foreign license past the legal deadline, sometimes without even realizing there is a deadline, and then suddenly they are driving illegally. If you are stopped by the police, if you are involved in an accident, or if your insurance company discovers this, the consequences can be severe. Do not put yourself in that position. Find out exactly what the rules are for your specific country of origin, act early, and make sure you are always driving legally. Now for the fifth mistake, and as I promised, this is the one that catches people completely off guard. It is about the DVLA renewal process for people who already hold a photocard driving license. Your photocard license does not last forever. The photo on it expires every 10 years, and you are legally responsible for renewing it before it runs out. Most people know this. What they do not know is that there is a separate and equally important deadline linked to your entitlement to drive certain vehicles, particularly if you are over 70 years of age. When you reach 70, your license expires and you must renew it every 3 years after that, confirming that you are still medically fit to drive. Missing this renewal does not just mean your license is slightly out of date, it means you are technically driving without a valid license. And again, just like with the medical declarations, your insurance could be invalidated the moment your license lapses. But even for younger drivers, people make the mistake of assuming that because their license does not expire for another year or two, they do not need to think about it. The problem is that sometimes your circumstances change. You move house, you change your name after getting married or divorced, you update your address, and you are supposed to notify the DVLA of all of these changes and update your license accordingly. Failing to do so is not just an administrative inconvenience. Driving with an out-of-date address on your license can result in a fine of up to £1,000. Every time you update your details with the DVLA, take the opportunity to check your license expiry date at the same time. Make it a habit. Put a reminder on your phone for 6 months before your license is due to expire, so you have plenty of time to renew without rushing. So let us do a quick recap of everything we have covered. The first mistake is applying for the wrong type of license without fully understanding the categories and eligibility rules. The second mistake is submitting incorrect, expired, or mismatched identity documents and photographs that do not meet DVLA standards. The third mistake is failing to declare a medical condition that you are legally required to report, which can lead to fines, a revoked license, and even criminal liability. The fourth mistake is not converting your foreign driving license within the required time frame, leaving you driving illegally without even realizing it. And the fifth mistake is failing to renew your photocard license or update your personal details, which can invalidate your insurance and result in a significant fine. Every single one of these mistakes is completely avoidable. All it takes is a little bit of time, a little bit of research, and the willingness to be thorough before you submit anything. The DVLA process is not designed to trick you, but it does require attention to detail. The people who run into problems are almost always the people who rushed, guessed, or assumed. Do not be one of those people. If this video saved you time, money, or stress, then it has done exactly what it was supposed to do. These are the kinds of things that nobody tells you about until it is too late, and that is exactly why this channel exists. UK Fines Alerts is all about making sure you know your rights, understand your responsibilities, and stay on the right side of the law, so you never have to deal with an unexpected fine or a rejected application again. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more people find this information when they need it most. And if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to UK Fines Alerts right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. We cover everything from driving laws and DVLA rules to council fines, parking penalties, and everything in between. Whether you are a new driver, a seasoned one, or someone who just wants to stay informed and avoid unnecessary costs, this channel is for you. Subscribe to UK Fines Alerts today, and I will see you in the next video.